Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you for being with me again today. Today's article has to do with some military drones sent by United States to Ukraine and the consequences of such a move again. And I will give you my latest assessment of what I think is really occurring in Ukraine since there's a war and they have these guys trying to end the war, but they're supplying weapons to one side. And my question is, how do you want to end the war if you supply these guys with weapons? It doesn't make sense to a certain extent unless you go to other routes and you can find some justification, some logic in that. So this article comes from Business Insider from June 2nd, 2022, and is by Sam Tabahriti. This is the title. US plans to sell Ukraine Grey Eagle drones that can carry Hellfire missiles to help battle Russia. Report says the Biden administration plans to sell Ukraine. So Western Europe using banks and the United States using banks or printing the dollars send money, aid to Ukraine, and then sell them weapons and they pay with the money they receive from the United States. How is that working? Where does Ukraine have money from? Maybe loans. Who lends money to a country at war like that will be destroyed for certain? Its infrastructure will be destroyed. It will have a lot of damage. How do you expect them to pay you? With what? What's going to be the collateral? Land? The whole country? People? But nevertheless, maybe they think that the same bankers say, well, we're going to use America as collateral because they are in charge of this, right? Possibly. So the Biden administration plans to sell Ukraine 4 MQIC Grey Eagle drones, Reuters reported. Now, if you sell four drones, that's 4 rockets hitting your drones. Could happen in 5 minutes. Could happen in a month. But it could happen. It's 4 drones. It's not 1,000. So why are they sent over there? How should I put it? I might question that these drones are really sent over there to support in a meaningful way Ukraine's war effort against Russia, but more to try their military equipment in the battlefield against Russia to see what Russians can do against these drones and figure out, oh, okay, so they have these capabilities or they don't have the capabilities. I think it's just a training ground and not training, testing ground for what your armament can do, your weapons, and what the Russian weapons can do or cannot do. See the limitations. Well, it's not a rocket science what I said here. That's not only that. I think based on the information and all these limited and calculated trade of arms and supplies that actually the Russians and the Americans, they have a line of communication because it's to the Americans send enough weapons to Ukraine not to really upset Russians to a certain extent. So that tells me they're communicating. They know where the red line is and they don't cross it. So this is very revealing. Look and follow and look at the pattern. They receive not 3,000 tanks, they receive 50 or 12 or something like that. What those are? What could those do? But nevertheless, they're helping. But I think it's limited. I think they keep Ukraine, the West, keeps Ukraine alive to try to drain Russia, which is very obvious, of its resources, test their weapons, figured it out, and then at the end they sanction them, take over the markets in Europe, for instance, LNG, remember? the Americans I'm talking, reshuffle the situation, the economic situation and supply chain of um, fossil fuels in Europe, which is United States will take over, obviously, bring more troops in Europe, American, not vice versa, as NATO defensive, then sell armament. The military-industrial complex will make a lot of money. Their energy companies, a lot of money. Financial system, a lot of money. And they keep this up until it's going to be an order somewhere, stop. And I bet it's going to be overnight. In about 2 days, everybody's going to realize how stupid they were because they did this and they did that. They already know, but it's done. I think it's done with another goal in mind. And you realize, and as I said, but one moment, all newspapers in the West will say the same thing. I think it's time to stop. Yeah, I think it's time. All in the same time. None of them will have like, maybe, it's a different, no. You're going to be in unison, lockstep, puck, 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 puck. You'll see. You'll see. We'll be together. So the drones, which can fly up to 30 hours, it's a lot of hours, can be armed with Hellfire missiles. That's a lot. That's good. The sale may not proceed if Congress votes against the president's plan. Congress is in the pocket of the military. We know that, all right? The administration or not, the Biden administration plans to provide Ukraine with 4 drones that can be armed with blah, blah, blah. Okay, we know that. Can fly at least 30 hours and can gauge huge amounts of data for intelligence purposes, according to the report. Yeah, okay. Ukraine forces have used smaller, shorter range. They will receive some short range missiles from the United States as well, under the promise that the Ukrainians will not hit the Russian territory. Pinky promise, yeah, and they will promise that. Says President Joe Biden said in a statement announcing the new security assistance to Ukraine. This new package would arm them with new capabilities and advanced weaponry. Okay, well, we'll see how that goes. Including HIMARS, HIMARS, high mobility artillery rocket systems with battlefield munitions to defend their territory from Russian advances. Oh, I thought the Russians are losing, now are advancing. Another contradiction here, right? The drones made by General Atomics are also compatible with a greater variety of munitions that the ones Ukraine currently uses. The Bayraktars are equipped with 22-kilogram Turkish-made MAM-L missiles, for examples. Sources told Reuters that arming the drones with Hellfire missiles will be done via future presidential drawn-down authority, but only once training has been completed. All right. Gettinger said training operators for the drone system usually take months by the time the war is over, but plans to speed up the process have been drawn up, the news agency reported. I just suggest, or I predict that the war will be probably done by before winter. Let's put it this way: before the winter really starts. So during fall, yeah, there's still going to be battles over there. But winter, I think things will cease, and you're going to have the mass media and the politicians coming and telling us that, hey, I think we should stop this and that, and Zelensky go and tell them what we tell you what we tell you to tell them. Well, thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.